What's up? It's your boy Bobby W223. This is a response to Shokio. I literally just watched his in defense of Sony video. Real quick, I just want to say, shouts to him and making his, I guess, return to YouTube. I know he was gone for like those few weeks or whatever. Great to have you back. Great to see you up on here. No homo. I know somebody immature is gonna say that. Oh, it's gay, but no, seriously though, we miss you here. YouTube community. And all that stuff. So good to have you back, man. Gameplays, your thoughts, videos, all that stuff. But yeah, this is gonna be a response to him and his in defense Sony video about the whole patent thing. I'm probably gonna throw up gameplay again because I actually kind of liked how that played out. Once again, you guys know I'm trying to get a PVR so I can kind of do gameplay commentaries more, because that's the way that I really want to do it. My whole channel, I've been pretty much doing videos like this, so just trying to switch it up for this year. But yeah, see you in 1 second.
All right, what's up, people? I just got another Uncharted 3 gameplay up here. I kind of liked how the last video turned out. Once I get a PVR, obviously I'll be able to do more than just this one game. But this is a direct response to Shokio's in defense of Sony video. Basically, he was talking about the whole patent, that Sony did for the whole used game block. Excuse me. And, everybody's already, made their videos and their opinions on it. And just like he said, a majority of the people are saying how dumb Sony is for this and, yada, yada, yada. Me being one of those people. And he's pretty much, defending Sony, saying that, he understands why they're doing this. And, I understand Shokio's understanding of why Sony's doing this, if that makes sense. Because basically he's saying that, Sony has lost a lot of money over the past, few years or whatever, which is very true. They have, the PlayStation division, just Sony in general, like you said, their TVs, things of that nature. Once you break down Sony, they have been losing a lot of money just across the board. You know what I'm saying? So he's pretty much saying that he understands why they would make a move like this for the PS4, so that way when stores like GameStop, for example, sell a used copy of, let's say, Killzone 4, or should I say when they will want to sell a used copy of a game like Killzone 4 for the PS4, for example, Sony is basically trying to stop that, before it can happen. So they're just trying to put this block on the PS4 so GameStop can't take trade-ins of, let's say Killzone 4, Gran Turismo 6, whatever. So that's, he's pretty much saying that Sony can get every dime out of these games because there just won't be any used copies. Once again, if somebody tried to come to GameStop or Best Buy and trade in one of those games, GameStop or whoever went to tell them, oh, sorry, we can't take this used copy of Killzone because Sony has a block for used games, so we can't resell it. So pretty much once that game is bought, that's it. It can't be resold as used, which is the whole problem with, the game industry right now, is when, a used game is bought, the publisher and the developer don't see any money at all, which, that to me is shitty. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in my other video, I agree with companies like Sony, for example, being pissed about that whole used game thing. I just hate their what they're doing to try and stop it, because I think that it's screwing us over as well as screwing over companies like GameStop, who is the people that they really directly need to confront and try to find a way where it's not really affecting us. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much Shokio saying, since Sony isn't basically balling like that, and the financial situation that they're in, he understands why they would try to do something like this. My thing is, do you really think that this is going to get them out of that hole? Do you really think that this is going to help them in the financial situation that they're in, or do you think that this is going to make it worse, for the simple fact that once gamers figure this out, when the PS4 comes out this year, next year, whatever, when they do finally announce the PS4 and the release date and all that type of stuff, and gamers realize, oh shit, I can't buy used games, oh shit, I can't rent games on this system, oh shit, I can't borrow games from my friends. Do you really think that they're even gonna buy the system to begin with? or for those general gamers out there that aren't like us and that don't look up gaming news all the time, that would buy this system because they don't know. Don't you think that they're gonna, obviously realize that once they go to the rental store and they don't see any PS4 games, once they realize you can't buy used games and, da da da. What if they trade in their PS4s for a Wii U or an Xbox? You know what I mean? How is this really going to help Sony if gamers do that? Obviously, this is an if, but all of this is if, whether you're talking, this benefiting Sony or not benefiting Sony, it's all just a bunch of what ifs. So my thing is, what if this doesn't? Which there's a strong possibility that it won't help them. Because me being, a gamer and me liking PlayStation, I already said in my last video, or at least I at least implied it, that I would not buy a PS4 if this is the case. And other gamers I've talked to on the PS3 that are big fans of PlayStation agreed and said, yeah, like I wouldn't buy this either. You know what I mean? And once again, for those general gamers out there that would buy it because they didn't know, I'm sure that they would probably just trade it in once they figure that out. So how are you going to make any money at all off of your games or whatever if nobody has a system? That's my thing. If not a lot of people bought the system, there's not a lot of people are going to be buying the games. So whether it's a brand new copy or a used copy, you're not getting any money. So to me, this would hurt Sony more than help them if they really do end up doing this. I said haha. Anyway, if they really end up doing this though, I feel that this would actually hurt Sony more than help them. Now, once again, just like Shokio said that he understands why they would try something like this, I understand why they would do it too. I get it. I agree with what he's saying about their financial situation, and they don't have a lot of money right now, so he sees why they would make a decision like this. My thing is, if they do end up doing this, I think that this may hurt them more than if they just released the PS4 without this used block thing, and just take that initial stab, I guess you can say, from the used gaming market. Even though it does suck, at least you'll get those sales from the consoles, and you'll still get a decent amount of sales from your core games. I think Sony needs to do like what Broken Games said and just cut the fat. Basically meaning that, they need to just cut the games like Starhawk and things like that Shokio mentioned that didn't sell that great. Sony really needs to look at the the PS3, and look at what games sold healthy, like the Uncharted's and Little Big Planet and things like that, and look at the games that didn't sell that great. Unfortunately, games like Starhawk, which are fun games, shouts to the video gamer, I know she likes that game, but the shit didn't sell that much. There's no reason to really come out with a Starhawk 2 if it's only going to sell like 100,000 copies or something like that. But it does make sense for them to come out with another Killzone, or especially another Gran Turismo, which is Sony's #1 franchise as far as their first party. So I think that they really need to focus on those core games. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they should go down to the level of a Microsoft and come out with like 2 games every 4 years. I'm over exaggerating, but just they really do need to focus on their core franchises and maybe come out with a little less new IPs. Not to the level of Nintendo, where they'll come out with one or two new IPs at the end of the life cycle for the most part, but just they need to find a better balance than what they did with the PS3, which wasn't that bad, but obviously, like Shokio said, they're in a financial, decline, I guess you could say. So my thing is, how in the hell is this going to help them in the end of the day? I know I kind of ramble. I try to make this video a decent length so I can put up a gameplay on it, but how in the hell is this going to help them out? You know what I mean? Unfortunately, gamers like used games. I don't, but I'm one person. But I'm just saying, if you take this away, you're gonna have a lot of pissed off gamers. And just like Hard 8 said, the used gaming market is a big market. So if you cut that out, you could potentially also be hurting your hardware sales as well, which will obviously hurt your software sales. So, hey, you know, we'll see. But let me know what you guys think. If that didn't make sense, I'll make another video trying to explain this better. But yeah, this is your boy Bobby W223. Peace out.
Villains win.